I didn't unmute myself. Now that I've unmuted myself, we'll just slowly quiet this down to a point where it's in the background, but it still exists. We'll just go with that. That works for me. So today, being my birthday, I decided to go to my local Games Workshop. So I hopped on the bus. Well, wait. I woke up early. Didn't go early. And then I decided to pack up some models into an old case, an old miniature carrying case, and bring them down to the store to try to get a game, to try to have, something to do for my birthday. So I struggled to get my Primaris, my new Marines, put them in the old foam that was, clearly designed for smaller models, and I put some wolves in there, some of my hounds, the bloodhounds, because I've converted Fenrisian wolves to look like bloodhounds, like Ladybird from King of the Hill. So I brought some of those, and some dice. You know how to play 40K. I brought all that. So I went and got a game, and I picked up Shadowspear, the new. I believe I could safely call this the new starter set. It doesn't come with the rule book, but it's its own kind of game in a way. Like, it's 40K obviously still, but I'm saying, like, you could have just this and have it be its own standalone thing without needing anything else outside of it. And you could play this and it would be 40K soft, right? 40K light, and it would work, right? So I'm not even taking off the plastic yet. This thing is still like that. So I went to GW and I got myself a new Citadel Crusader card. I got myself the God King's Blessing, which that's really blurry. Let's pull that back. Get some light. The God King's Blessing, which you get for, I guess, going to Games Workshop on your birth. Where is it? Over there. Oh, wait, is that the right one? I think so. It's the only one that looks like it. Yeah, that's the right one. It's kind of hard for me to do this when I'm like putting this in front of my face and then putting it in the camera, and it's kind of like, it's kind of hard to do that. So, new Crusader card. In the achievement folder, we'll just call that, I guess, it's the achievement folder. Wait, is this just going to automatically go to the next song? That's probably not what I want it to do, right? Oh, it's not. Okay, good. Awesome. I didn't want it to do that anyway. So, what do I want to do? Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to open this. That's what I want to do. Isn't that right? He hasn't got a lot to say. It's just a helmet. So, Warhammer 40,000 Shadowspear. Faith and fury clash in the 41st millennium. Wait a minute. I thought with all of the new changes and additions to the timeline, right? Like, like Gilliman coming back and all, like the whole last few events that have happened, I thought we were in the 42nd millennium now. But it still says the 41st millennium? I guess these guys are in the past. Shadowspear. Contact has been lost with the resource-rich industrial world of Nemendgast on the fringe of the Vigilus system. So I'm guessing this is I guess this is happening in the Vigilus Crusade or whatever. Captain Akaran of the Ultramarine 2nd Company leads a strike force of Vanguard Space Marines to investigate the planet, and upon its surface they find a familiar and hated evil. Demon kin of the Black Legion have corrupted Nemendgast into a toxic nightmare of flesh factories. Flesh factories. I think I know a few flesh factories. I think I know a couple of them. Okay, where was I? Flesh factories. And summoning chambers, in order to spawn legions of demon-possessed warriors for their crusades of vengeance against the Imperium. Flesh factories. You flesh factory? What did you just call me? You heard me. The next time you don't like her, call her a flesh factory. Greatest of all these hellish manufactorums is the Forge in Furnace, governed by the Master of Possession, Vorash Soulflayer, and his elite retinue. This towering fortress echoes to the sounds of screams and the chanting of a blasphemous creed. Though outnumbered and without hope of reinforcements, Captain Acheran and the Battle Brothers of Strike Force Shadowspear vow to destroy the Forge in Furnace, even if the completion of their mission comes at the cost of their own lives. This box can... Oh, man. Excuse me. Still getting over that cold. This box contains 24-page Shadowspear campaign book, 24-page Codex Vanguard Space Marines book, 24-page Codex Demonkin book, fold-out Warhammer 40,000 core rules sheet, Warhammer 40,000 Shadowspear transfer sheet. It doesn't even come with dice and stuff? Oh, come on, that's lame. It doesn't even come with dice. It should at least have dice in there, don't you think? Includes 35 Citadel miniatures. Captain in Phobos armor, Librarian in Phobos armor, Lieutenant in Phobos armor, 3 Suppressors, 3 Eliminators, and 10 Infiltrators. Now, it also comes with the Master of Possession, a Venom Crawler, 2 Obliterators, 2 Greater Possessed, and 10 Chaos Space Marines. You know, it sounds like it comes with a lot more Space Marines than Chaos Space Marines. And I'm pretty sure it does. I mean, they get that Venom Crawler. They get that, like, tank thing, I guess. But I'm just thinking here... This description says that they're outnumbered. Who are they outnumbered by? Clearly not the other army in the box. They're not outnumbered by them. In fact, Captain Acheran outnumbers the enemy in the box with his army. Okay. This set contains 2 forces of Citadel miniatures, Elite Vanguard Space Marines, and the Chaos Space Marines of the Demon Kin, along with their background and the rules required to fight battles between them. Set contains unpainted miniatures, assembly required, scenery not included, contents may vary from those shown. No way. So yeah, you can get one of these right now. They just came out, I think, in stores before they were at pre-release. Now they're actually in stores. I think it was today. Let's open this up. I need to clear my nose, though. Excuse me. Sorry for that. Excuse me. Sorry. Bad cold. Bad cold. Bad cold. Okay. Let's drink some Coca-Cola. That'll help. But I'm almost thinking What I should do, though... I should probably do this.
Get glory! Get up and kill this beast! I can't take it alone!
Everything has a purpose. The Emperor ordains it so. You may trust. I am doomed. I'm up from the crag.
Clearly I didn't just take that off of YouTube. Clearly. Alright. So let's get back to doing whatever we were doing. What were we doing? Or do we still have a show? Do we even still have a show? I should probably check that, because now it says we have no viewers. And so every time that happens when I show something new, I always gotta find out, oh no. Does that mean we're done? Did I mess up? I think we're good. We're done. Did I mess up? I think we're good. Well, then there we go. That, I believe, explains it, as far as I need to know. Alright, so, we'll start opening up this box. What's in the box? Alright, let's find out what's in the box. Here it is. Enough messing around. Shadowspear. So let's open this up. Pull out our handy dandy knife here. Oh, I don't need that much knife. I think what's nice about these Vanguard Marines that are new in the box, or like whatever they were called, the Infiltrators, is that they're nearly identical to the Reavers. So I feel like because they have just a minor difference, really I could use them as, as Reavers, or interchangeably. Maybe I could even just use Reavers as them. What is this?
smells horrible. It's really cool though. I've never seen one of these in a box of 40K stuff before though. Cool. I got a bubbly thing. Bubbly thing. Okay. What do we got here? This looks like it is the sprue for some Space Marines. Okay, so I'm going to set Space Marines to my left and Chaos Marines to my right. There's a bag of bases. Neat. Bag of bases. What do we got here? That is the Librarian. What is this guy? That is the new. I'm gonna call him Captain Tigris, because it's like Sergeant Tigris or something. I don't know. Sergeant. What do we got here? More Marines. I think it's just a. I think that's the exact same sprue. Okay, yeah, that's so you get 2 of this sprue, which has, as far as I can tell, one of your infiltrators or whatever they're called, the hunters. You have a sniper guy on each one of these. So I'm guessing that there's a third one somewhere in here as well, at the bottom here. Okay, so yeah, so there's a big sprue here, which has most of the Space Marine parts. And then there's these 2 smaller sprues here. And then there's these 2 for the characters. So I'm guessing that the lieutenant is probably somewhere on here. Oh wow, that was close. There's a really delicate model. There's one of the pieces here. Number 47 on sprue A. So sprue A, number 47, has a little bit has a knife that's protruding on the belt of one of the torsos that I think you could easily just flick that off. That seems like a bad piece there. So I don't suggest that piece. Okay. So alright. So that's the Marines. Seems like the Sergeant is on this sprue for the other squad. One of the jump guys is on here. The other sniper guy is on here. So just everything that's not on one of these cloned pieces. So if it's not the captain, if it's not the librarian, and it's not one of these cloned models here. So you get two sets of these clones here. Or I guess a set of clones. Excuse me, 2 sets of clones. It would be 4. So you get. Well, actually, that's technically not really true. Well, okay. You know what I meant. And then this is what fills out all the rest of it. And then the Chaos side, this seems to be the whatever it is, the Chaos Lord. He looks like he's got like a goat head helmet and like a staff. So I almost want to say he reminds me of like a chaplain. He looks like a chaplain to me, or whatever they're called for the Chaos. But I guess he's also like a summoner or something. So, okay. That's cool. And then they're not cloned. Oh, no. So you get 2 big sprues for Chaos, where all the models here are going to be... So you're not going to get... As far as I can see here, you're not going to have a single clone in your army here. Everything is going to be unique. And from what I was seeing in some other videos on this, there's actually some individual parts that you can swap and choose to use or not use, to then have some variety or to have some individuality. So if you bought the same kit twice, you could actually have, you're not all of your models are going to look the exact same. You could swap the heads and things like that, which that's how the model should be. I think that having it where it's like half of the quarter of a face with another piece you got to put here, and then you got to pop the hair on top, and like that's getting really excessive for building a model. And the way it used to be before, where you could kind of have it where you wanted it. You could turn the head or have it looking up or down, or you could have the arms whichever way. They didn't have to always be in the same pose. It was nice. It was nice while it lasted. So we have here, I guess this is the big spider thing. Big spider thing. And the obliterators. I've heard that those things are going to be pretty intense. So what do we got in here? Is that a poster? What's this? How do I get it out gently? How do I get it out gently? That does not sound good. Cool. Let's see if we can get that in the frame there. That's pretty cool. And then it's in black and white, in like a faded black and white on this side. Or it's got the same image, but neat. Very cool. I'll look up here. Oh, we got some more bases. There's a large base, a couple smaller bases here. I'm not sure exactly what those are for. Probably for like the obliterator or something. Like this is probably for the spider guy, and this is probably for the obliterators. That's my guess here. And we got these flyy sticks. I hate these things. We got these things. Yay! And they're going to save the day. Yeah. Oh man. More of these things. Aw. Do I have to? What's this? Sample chapter. Black Legion. Book 2 of the Black Legion series. Weapons. Kaon, I know you're here. I can smell your mongrel stink. Davarek's voice was a rusted hacksaw, a thing of flaky corrosion and rotting edges. Show yourself. Okay, and this is neat. Comes with a little mini little. It comes with like what? Maybe like a portion of a chapter of a book. That's a good idea. That's a really cool idea, actually. Toss a little sampler of your novels into the starter sets. So then people pick it up, they want their toys. Oh, what's this? Oh, cool, a store. Oh. Very cool, very good idea. Very cool. So you get a little book. And what do you get here? Like a slab of books? And the Shadowspear transfer sheet. The Shadowspear. got here? We got the core rules. I was about to say another core rules, but that's because I've already gotten like the Dark Imperium set. Good, because I guess, if you want to be able to just open up the box and be able to play, you'll need this. But you'll also need dice. Come on, they should have put dice in here, really. And no tape measuring stick thing. They should have put those both in here. Considering this box set is $20 more in Canadian dollars than the Dark Imperium set. And the Dark Imperium set comes with like a similar amount of models. Maybe even you get more for, I think, actually, because let's see what you get 10 intercessors, you get 5 hellblasters, and you get 3 inceptors, so that's 18. But then you also get the captain, the 2 lieutenants, and the ancient. So that's 22. So you get more models for cheaper. You get dice. You get a measuring thing, stick thing. Yeah. So actually, for the value of it, I would actually lean more towards, I think, at this point, Dark Imperium for the per dollar value of what you're getting in the box. Because you're also getting the rule book, the full rule book. You're gonna get two decently sized armies as well. I think you get much more in the chaos side as well. So, okay, so this set seems a little bit overpriced in my opinion. It's got some nice models, but just for the per dollar of it, and I get that the starter set is meant to be a bit cheaper in a sense to be more open to new players. But if you're going to just buy things to maybe expand on your force, and maybe you don't care too much about clones and things like that, per dollar, the value is more in the Dark Imperium set than in the Shadowspear set, unfortunately, for Space Marines. And I guess for Chaos too, because I guess you get some nice models there too. So what do we got here? The instructions, I think. Shadowspear, Vanguard, Demonkin. Yeah, so this would be the instructions. How to get these guys all built up and ready for action. Which I'm probably going to do that after I end the stream, because I don't think I'm going to do that on stream. That seems incredibly boring and tedious, because you're probably not going to be able to see most of it. Because I don't really have a camera rig or anything set up. Like, I just use a webcam right now. I really need to get a better camera. So what do we got here? We got the Shadowspear book, Vanguard Space Marines, and Demonkin. Oh, these all got like new book feel. They're all kind of waxy in a way. Shadowspear. What have we got in here? We've got the introduction. We got some models just in display. They're fighting Warzone Vigilus. Marnius Calgar, the Lord of Macragge, took over command of the Vigilus Theater, turning his peerless tactical mind to the defense of the embattled system. Okay. Into the Void. War for Nemengast. Game rules and missions. So we got campaign games. That's neat. Behind enemy lines. Target of opportunity. All-round defense. Vanguard assault. Dark Ritual, Burn and Despoil, and War Without End. Okay, cool. Vanguard Space Marines, what do we got here? We got their introduction. We got the same cover art picture. Vanguard Forces, Agents of Terror. And then we got the battlefield roles for each of the squads here. Infiltrators are battle line. Eliminators are fire support, and suppressor squads are fire support. And Reavers are close support. Okay. Reavers are in there for some reason. And Reavers, okay. And then we got all the chapters in the new Phobos. Well, I guess it's not really new, really, but in the Phobos armor, got models. Okay, so here we go. Let's skip past this. Captain in Phobos armor, move 6, weapon skill, ballistic skill 2, strength, toughness 4, wounds 6, attacks 5, leadership 9, 3+. That's kind of standard. He's got a bolt pistol. He's got a mastercrafted instigator bolt carbine. Okay. 30-inch range, heavy 1. He's got strength 4, minus 2 AP, 2 damage. This weapon can target a character even if it's not the closest enemy unit. Oh, so it's like, okay, it's got a sniper bolter. It's got a sniper bolter. It's got a combat knife. Okay, so he's got a chainsword, he's got a combat knife. That's not looking good. There's no options for him. So he's got no options at all. That's what he takes. Combat knife. Great. Librarian in Phobos armor. He can take 2 psychic powers. He's got a bolt pistol and a force sword. He's a librarian. I don't really see much of a difference between Phobos armor and also, here's the thing I noticed though. It's not Primaris Captain or Primaris Librarian. Now it's Librarian in Phobos armor. But he's clearly a Primaris. But now it's just Lieutenant. So here's the thing. There's Lieutenant, there's Primaris Lieutenant, and now this is Lieutenant in Phobos armor. See where I'm going with this? Infiltrator squad. We've got infiltrators, the Infiltrator Helix Adept, and Infiltrator Sergeant. This unit contains 1 Infiltrator Sergeant and 4 Infiltrators. It can include up to 4 additional Infiltrators and an Infiltrator Helix Adept. Each model is armed with a marksman bolt carbine, bolt pistol, frag grenades, and crack grenades. So they've got what do I want to call this? Like deep strike. They can deploy anywhere in the battle as long as they're away from knowing. They've got concealed positions. Helix at the end of your movement phase, an infiltrator. Okay, so they've got an apothecary in the squad. That's pretty cool. Smoke grenades once per down instead of shooting. They can, okay, wow, okay. They've got garbage smoke grenades. Suppressor squad. So they can move 12 inches. They've got smoke launchers. They've got smoke launchers. Grav shoot. During deployment, you can set up this unit in low altitude instead of placing it in the battlefield. At the end of any of your movement phases, this unit can descend, set it up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from any enemy models. Suppressing fire. If this unit destroys any enemy models in your shooting phase with its accelerator autocannons, the destroyed model's unit cannot fire Overwatch until the end of the turn. So that's pretty good. Eliminator squad. So they're the snipers. They've got the concealed positions and they've got camo cloaks as well. If you make a wound, roll a 6+ for this weapon. It inflicts 1 mortal wound in addition to its normal damage. The execution round. Mortis round. This weapon can target units that are not visible to the firer. Add 2 to hit rolls made for this weapon. Units do not receive this benefit of cover to their saving throws against attacks made with this weapon. That's hilarious. He's got the bullet that just goes, just finds him. It's a good sniper. Sons of the Primaris. Blah, 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 Space Marines, but not Death Watch and Grey Knights, or Legion of the Damned. Space Marine detachments gain the following abilities. Defenders of Humanity. If your army is battle-forged, all troops units in Space Marine detachments gain this ability. Such a unit that is within range of an objective marker controls it, even if there is more enemy models within range of it. If an enemy unit within range of an objective marker has a similar ability, then it is controlled by the player who has the most models within range as normal. Okay, in this section you'll find rules for battle-forged armies that include Space Marine detachments. That is, any detachment which only includes Space Marine units, as defined below. These rules include the abilities below. Warlord traits for Space Marine characters. These rules include the abilities below. Warlord traits for Space Marine characters in Phobos armor, and the obscuration discipline. Together, these rules reflect the character and fighting styles of the Vanguard Space Marines in your games of Warhammer 4000. So, carry it. Abilities. Space Marine detachments gain that. Chapter tactics. If your army is battle-forged in a Space Marine detachment, gain a chapter tactic, so long as every unit in that detachment is drawn from the same chapter. The chapter tactic gains depends upon the chapter they are drawn from, as shown in the table opposite. For example, an Ultramarines unit with the chapter tactics ability gain the Codex Discipline tactic. If your chapter does not have an associated chapter tactic, use the chapter tactic of its founding chapter. For example, Crimson Fists are a successor chapter of the Imperial Fists, so should use the chapter tactic of the Imperial Fists. If you are unsure of a chapter's founding chapter, either consult the background sections of our books, or choose a tactic from the table that best describes its character and fighting style. Obscuration discipline. Those Space Marine librarians seconded to Vanguard operations are trained in the psychic arts of obscuration and illusion. Okay, so there's psychic powers specifically for this librarian, for the Vanguard librarian. And what are you up to? And there's Warlord traits, I guess, for Warlords in Phobos armor. I'm just gonna... If a Phobos character... Before the battle, Before the battle, generate the psychic powers for psychers that can use powers from the obscuration discipline using the table below. So I'm guessing, does like the librarian have obscuration discipline? It knows the smite power and 2 psychic powers from the obscuration discipline. Okay. So that's right there. Okay. So he gets these powers. Warlord traits for if your character is in Phobos armor. Cool. And the points values. Awesome. Which is really kind of all you need. Demon Ken. Master of Possession. All the units here. I thought he had some kind of warlord trait where he was able to make more guys. Oh, it's possession. Okay. Until the start of your next psychic phase, the armor penetration characteristics, blah, blah, blah. Furthermore, until the start of your next psychic phase, each time the Psyker destroys an enemy infantry character in the fight phase, you can add a Chaos Spawn model to your army. If the destroyed model was Adeptus Astartes or Heretic Astartes, you can instead add a greater possessed model to your army. If a new model is added to your army, set it up within 6 inches of the Psyker and more than 1 inch away from the enemy models. In addition, each time the Psyker destroys an enemy vehicle model in the fight phase, this could explode. It automatically explodes. No dice roll is made, and any mortal wounds suffered by the Psyker in the resulting explosion are ignored.
He just ignores the explosion? I'm too cool for explosions. Alright, sweet. Well, I'm gonna start building these, and I think I'm gonna get back and maybe make a video about when I have them built. Sweet.